How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another mod spotlight. Today we're taking a look at a brand new mod that has recently just hit the Steam Workshop, and this is Ancient Calradia. This is a mod made by the legendary modder Block, which is really cool to see him going ahead and just kind of messing around with a whole different range of actual mods. And you can probably tell exactly what this mod does. It brings in the awesome armors from the Ancient Civilization mod to the game and inputs them into every single faction's troop trees. So you have stuff like the Greeks, the Persians, you have the Scythians, you have Romans, of course, Gauls, Dacians, and all that stuff has now been implemented. And I think this is a great alternative to something like Eagle Rising, which doesn't quite have the Greeks in yet. And if you want to go ahead now that they're moving in onto the Europe map mod, this is a great one if you still want to play on Calradia. And it's a little bit something that's a little bit more lightweight as well. So maybe if you don't have the best computer and you want something just quick and easy, then this is definitely a good mod for you. So let's take a look at some of the units which you can go ahead and take part of. Also, of course, we have this really nice UI that's been implemented. I would love to get this UI in my Eagle Rising campaign. This would be super cool to have on. It's just like a nice little change and just kind of spices up the game, I think. So I like that Block's gone in and done that. But yeah, we do have some units, even though all of the units are gone. But if we go to a surrounding village, we can go ahead and see exactly what the Greeks have to offer. Now, I believe Block hasn't changed the actual structure of the unit trees. He's just gone in and changed up all the units for every single faction. And again, they're pretty decent. Again, you don't really have to do change up much from the vanilla unit trees. Just change the units themselves. So we have Hellenic swordsmen. They're going to be your basis of your infantry as you start to upgrade. Then you go up into some more of the trained hoplites. These guys are of course going to be equipped with javelins, decent swords, good shields as well, and a whole varied set of armors, weapons, helmets, different shields, etc. Then we're going to go into veteran hoplites. Again, these guys are going to be equipped with a decent spear, a nice shield, very cool armor, and very good helmets and other protection. They'll then develop into the Royal Guard, which look absolutely beautiful. The guy who makes the Ancient Civilization mod just does such a good job with all their helmets and armors and stuff. And you also have some of the Elite Furios, so these are going to be much lighter infantry, your flanking guys. And then also, if you go over to the archers, you can see the heavily armored archers, kind of a bit more fantasy-esque, I guess, because realistically archers wouldn't be this heavily armored, but it looks cool. And then you even have your Hellenic archers as well. So again, I guess you kind of go more of an infantry-based one and more of an aggressive one. And again, they also do have horse archers supporting them. A noble troop line, of course, is going to be elite heavy cavalry. You can't really have kind of Greek Macedonian culture without having these bad boys on the battlefield, and I imagine they'll absolutely tear through your opponents. Then if we make our way over to the west, obviously that was the Southern Empire being the Greeks. Over here on the Western Empire, we have the Romans. So the Romans are going to be made up of some pretty cool stuff, and I think it's a lot more Republican era armors rather than Imperial. I think Eagle Rising is more Imperial. Well, it's kind of a mix. Eagle Rising doesn't really have like a date right now that it's set in, whereas this is more Republican based by the looks of it. Then again, I guess when you get further on, so like these early units are very Republican based, and then I guess these are more Imperial based. You even have gladiators as well, which is kind of cool, having a bit more of a lighter infantry base. And then you also have two sets of archers, again, one shielded, one not, and also horse archers. And the noble troop tree for them, of course, is going to be heavy elite Caliphate cavalry. Again, you can kind of take a look at them. They get pretty decent, and again, these later tier ones are going to be pretty brutal on the battlefield. So next we have the Azerite. They've been replaced with the Persians, which is of course very different to something like Eagle Rising. I'll keep on kind of mentioning both of them so you kind of have a good idea of what one you maybe prefer to play. But yeah, the Azerite are going to be replaced by the Persians, which is of course very different. In Eagle Rising, it's the Carthaginians down here in the south, so definitely a different force. And they're going to be made up of some pretty heavy archers. They've got some pretty decent infantry as well scattered throughout their units, elite cavalry, horse archers, and even Royal Guard as well. Saying that, like I say, there is a few Carthaginian armors as well, which I guess have been placed there. So I guess it's more of a bit of a mix more than anything else. And then their noble troop line again is going to be elite heavy skirmisher cavalry, able to kind of get stuck in against the enemy. The Valandians have been replaced with the Dacians, I believe. So they've got a whole wealth of like different kind of heavy infantry swordsmen, lots of cavalry, lots of very good units, and also a lot of archers. The battalions, of course, going to be the Gauls / the Picts. So again, you can see a lot of their units. Really cool shields as well. We're not seeing as many of the cool shields as they do have, but yeah, there's loads of variants in all the different shields across the factions. There are some more vanilla armors as well scattered in here, along with some of the custom ones for the, I guess, more of the barbarian factions. I think it's a little lesser assets in Ancient Civilization, or sorry, Ancient Empires, whatever it is, Ancient Civilizations, I think is the armor mod pack. I think there's less barbarian assets than there is, say, Greek and Roman. Sturgia is going to make up kind of like a Germanic-esque faction, again, utilizing a lot of that armor, scattered throughout again. A pretty kind of similar roster, but looks cool nonetheless. Something I'll mention as well, so like the Northern Empire isn't like fully Roman. It's kind of, I guess, more of like a Gallic Roman faction. They have a lot more like auxiliaries in their army. If we go over, sorry, this is their cavalry, which is, yeah, a little bit different from the vanilla one. But yeah, these guys have a bit more like barbarian shields, and they're kind of a bit more mixed in with the Imperial armor. So I guess what you have is the Greeks being the Southern Empire, the Romans being the Western Empire, and then the Northern Empire is kind of, I guess, like a Caesar Gallic kind of command post with more barbarian kind of mixed in with that. And the final faction we have the Kuzites, and then again they're just going to be made up of the Scythians, a lot of elite cavalry, horse archers, and a lot of missiles to fire down range, shoot at the enemy, a lot of like light infantry. Not going to be able to do great in an infantry fight, but that cavalry is just going to be so brutal because it's such a good easy access to it. So what we'll do now is we'll dive into a quick custom battle so you guys can see some of the units on the battlefield. We might do like the Greeks versus the Romans, of course. But yeah, it's a really kind of cool campaign setup. Again, Block hasn't changed any of the flags or anything, but I'm sure, you know, maybe someone can go and base off another sub mod to this one to go ahead and create custom banners and stuff, because it's a really kind of cool atmosphere. And again, whilst we don't have Greeks and Macedonians, etc. in Eagle Rising, this is, again, one of the only places you can actually play as the Greeks. I also, again, wanted to say I really do like this UI down the bottom. If Block has a separate mod for this, please do send it my way, as I would love to be able to just change up my normal campaign with this UI, because it looks really cool. Okay, guys, so we're in the battle now, so you can see some of the units up close and personal. We're also on this very cool custom map of Thermopylae. So if you guys, again, want to see maybe like a bit of a battle on Thermopylae using RBM and other stuff, do let me know, because we can play as the Greeks and just try and hold back a Persian horde of soldiers. But as we're moving over, you guys can get a nice little look at our army. I went ahead and tried to pick as many kind of like low-tier to mid-tier soldiers as possible. The custom shields, though, look absolutely great, and all the other infantry on top of that look really, really good. We have a Gladius, though. No Gladius across the infantry. Again, I guess going maybe for a bit more of a later period weaponry, but it would be very cool to see that kind of the Gladius actually being implemented. Over here as well, we do have the Greeks moving up, and they look absolutely beautiful. I gotta say, this is one of my favorite things about Ancient Armory, are these shields with the kind of cloak attached to the bottom of them. It looks so goddamn cool, and it's even got all the physics to it, all the custom shields as well on the Greeks. Again, no horse barding, unfortunately. That would be a nice little addition to the mod, but yeah, it looks really, really cool indeed. Of course, all equipped with their spears, so I think using RBM with this would be very, very cool. But let's kind of speed up the armies and then get them ready to charge into one another.
Oh man, stand apart!
Okay, the Greek cavalry is coming in. Let's form up a nice little shield wall. We'll do that as their cavalry rips through our line pretty effectively, but the archers should be able to hit them as they come. If we can as well, let's try and spread up our line a little bit so we're a bit better faced as the Greek scourge keeps on pushing us. We'll even move out and maybe hit a few of them. Oh, god damn. There's nothing more beautiful than a Roman shield wall, right? There just isn't. There just isn't in this world. Okay, the Greeks are utilizing their archers to fire. They form their own little, I guess, hoplite wall right there. I mean, maybe that's a little bit more beautiful. I mean, let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys prefer? A thick line of Greek hoplites, or a hefty testudo of Roman warriors? Do let me know. I think it's time to push forward a little bit, boys. Let's go. Let's start going a bit more aggressive. I'm going to bring my cavalry up as well, just so that they can maybe help deal with it. So deal with the Greek cavalry as they continue to harass us. We got some archers up on the hill as well, which is nice. Oh, baby. Let's go. We're pushing up. We're pushing up. Do we have javelins? We do. Okay, what I'm going to do then, I'm going to be a little bit cheeky. We're going to go out of shield wall for a split second, because now the boys should all throw their javelins. Oh, but the cavalry immediately pounces on me. What if we do that and then that? I want these guys to all lob their javelins at the enemy. I guess I don't really have the time because the Greek cavalry immediately jumped on me. Okay, my cavalry charge in, and let's go push on them. Let's see if we can maybe take care of as much of their cavalry as possible. Are we throwing our javelins? No, we still got our javelins on our back. Okay, let's just go back into... Sorry, let's go back into shield wall and charge. Okay, here we go. The lines are clashing. Let's get our army to make sure that we are attacking the right opponents. So let's just select on them archers. And here we go, the fighting is underway. Both sides just clashing. The shield wall, the hoplites have seemingly broken apart. Okay, let's break our test studio now and just go very aggressive. I think this will give us the advantage because we'll just need to break in. We've obviously got the better swords and the better shields. I might move in here as well. Try and take out a few of these. Oh, no, okay, I immediately died. That's fair enough. How are we doing? How are we doing? Let's keep on slashing away. These swords don't seem like they're doing great against the Greek armor. You have to really kind of thrust it in, I guess. Here we go, both sides. Taking casualties, we're definitely killing way more. As soon as we broke apart that shield wall, we were able to really get in between the enemy lines. Start doing a lot more damage there. And that's where we'll wrap things up. We may or may not have crashed there, but hopefully you guys got a really good idea about the units in the battlefield and stuff. So yeah, go check out Ancient Civilization right now with the Ancient Calradia mod. Super awesome. And if you're looking for something lightweight and easy to use, probably won't crash. I know we crashed there in custom battles, but I can't imagine that will happen on the campaign map. Then definitely go download this. I'll leave a link to it down below in the description. If there's any mods you want to see me check out, or you just enjoy these type of videos, please do drop a like and a comment down below. It helps out massively. Subscribe if you haven't already. I really want to try and boost our subscriber count in 2024, so please help me out with that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.